Welcome back to the podcast, the best podcast in the world. Every week we got on here, we talk shit, and today we're talking even more shit. We're being haters.
Today, I'm a hater. I'm a hater.
We're a hater. Full
No,
blown.
we're two
Nintendo.
haters. We are not one hater. We're two.
We're big haters.
I'm my own hater.
Nintendo fucked up. They scammed all of you guys. I hope you guys are happy. You guys got fucked over. I just hope you guys know that. And yeah, that's it for the episode. Goodbye.
Yep.
Okay.
No.
But there's a few issues with it. Yeah.
Nintendo Switch 2 is out, and there's a lot of shady, scummy stuff going on with the console. And if you go online, a lot of people are fucking hating on it, but you know who the real diehard Nintendo fans are if they seem like they have brain damage on Twitter or something. Like, oh, it's okay. Oh, no, it's fucking not. What I'm talking about is the Switch 2 came out, and the EULA, the end user license agreement on the console, basically, in the simplest terms, when you buy the console, you don't actually own the console. You own the privilege to use the console.
Yep.
It's not yours. You can't do what you want with it. When you buy games, you don't buy the game, like the Switch 1 games, I believe the game was on the cartridge, right? But now the Switch 2, you buy the game, and the game, you just get a code to like download the game. What's he getting? Oh, he's a physical copy enjoyer.
It's somewhere else. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes in a cartridge, like literally. If you guys remember a 3DS, you have that little cartridge thing. It comes in the Switch 1. It comes with it. The Switch 2 doesn't have it. It's fully online.
It's got a code to download the game in the box, right?
But you don't actually download. You don't actually have the physical card.
Yeah. There's no physical thing, and apparently it's $10 more to get the hard box version of it than if you were to just get it online, like on the eShop, for some reason. So that's part of it. And then also, you don't own the game because it's the code. And I mean, this is kind of like a thing that has been going on for like other online stores, like the PlayStation Store and whatever. But if they decide that, I don't know, they don't like you or something, they could just say, actually, you can't play this game anymore. If they really wanted to. I doubt they're going to do that to random people. But, but the biggest thing, and we were talking about this before we started recording, is if the Switch has all these sensors in it now, right? That detect certain things, like the voltage running through the system, or it's constantly checking that everything on the firmware is where it's supposed to be and stuff. And sure, that sounds good for like system health and stuff, but what it's really for is to monitor to make sure you're not modding your system with the firmware thing. But the voltage thing that it registers, if you're using some sort of third-party cable that maybe has a bit of different resistance in the wire and therefore will change the voltage going through the system, or the current going through the system, not the voltage, they can see that and go, you're trying to fuck with your system, and they can remotely brick your system.
Which is
for anything. And if you do that, it's pretty much unfixable from the consumer perspective. And the only way to do it is you go to Nintendo and you go, hey guys, I'm sorry I tried to fuck with your system. I'll give you a couple $100. Could you fix it for me? Like, and then maybe they'll fix it. But for all this shit, why would you ever buy a fucking Switch 2? It's expensive as fuck. The EULA is anti-consumer. Like, actually, and like, if you buy the system, you should be able to do what you want with it. Like, like Steam doesn't care. With the Steam Deck, it runs Linux. Like, it just runs an operating system. So they're like, mod the fuck out of it. And I mean, Steam, it's a little different because like you just run emulators for like the Nintendo games, and Nintendo has specifically said they want to combat people running emulators on their games and stuff like that, because Nintendo, I don't know how long it's gonna take people to get it, but they are like anti-consumer. Like their target audience at this point is the people who will buy the Nintendo consoles no matter what, and they're like, we don't even give a fuck about anyone who feels skeptical anymore. Like,
it's kind of sad because like people are genuinely like these would be the same people be like, oh my god, gaming is so bad right now, or they would complain about the state of the gaming right now. When first of all, that's not true. We're like in one of the best states ever. We're always getting like banger. We've been getting some banger games this year, and these are the same people that will buy the same Pokemon games over and over again, and they will look at. By the way, Mario Kart World, or by that time this recording, Switch 2 was out 2 days ago or yesterday.
yeah.
I believe. So like, there's already been tests about it. People have been playing it, and they've been playing Mario Kart World. Brother, that game looks exactly the same as Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
I'm.
And apparently, so like the whole selling thing with the new one is like, oh, there's this open world thing. But I heard from like every single reviewer, like major reviewer, they're like, the open world like doesn't have anything to fucking do in it, and it's kind of like, why is this even here? So
it's literally like, think of like, you know how in Forza there is open world, I believe it's in
yeah,
Forza,
yeah,
right?
or the Horizon, Forza Horizon games, yeah.
Like, but that thing, like the open world feels open world. Like you actually are going through things. There's cars. Like it feels pretty good, like the open world. It just feels like an empty world.
Yeah.
And there's a few cars here and there, but like it feels so empty. It's insane. Like there seems so boring. So like they sold you on open worldness, but it's really not open world.
Yeah.
It's just kind of sad.
Did you see that one person that tweeted something like, bro, they cooked and it's gameplay of the fucking new Mario Kart game, like a normal race, and then someone like one of those major meme accounts like quote tweeted it and is like, bro said they cooked, it looks exactly the fucking same as Mario Kart 8. I'm like, it's fucking Mario Kart. I don't know, I still play Mario Kart on the Wii, like if my fucking family comes over, like
yeah. My thing is like, it's like what we talked about last week about Borderlands, and we talked about like just morally, like I can't think of buying an $80 game. Like morally, it makes no sense.
$90 if you buy the fucking book. Like if you buy the case.
Apparently, Walmart actually upped the prices to almost $100, and Walmart buy this game separately is almost up to $100, which is like $100 for a Mario Kart game. Like it's
fucking really Mario Kart. It's something.
It's fucking Mario Kart. Like you don't play that game every day.
Like that's a game. Like I've had my Switch since like 2019 maybe, and I swear I play that thing maybe 4 times a year. Aside from like if like a Zelda comes out, like I'll play that for like a week, finish it, and then that shit sits on my shelf until like either I go on vacation or my fucking like cousins come over and want to play Smash or Mario Kart. Other than like $100 for that experience, I'll play the fucking Wii.
Yeah. It's not worth it. Like Nintendo as a whole right now, they're just like I don't see it. I get if you love Nintendo, that's fine. You can love the Nintendo games. That's cool. But to justify what they're doing now with all of this is just morally, it's unacceptable. I think it's like, it's so fucked because now which I like to see, I've seen more and more people online that they say, if I see a game that's $50, I'm buying it just for the principle. I'm not able to play that much. If it's $50, I'm probably buying it just for principle, just so I can like rub it into the company's face, because I think we're finally entering an era where there's no such thing as like the AAA market, the AAA companies don't run the market anymore. And I feel like it's a lot of like other games. Like for example, look, Split Fiction. That was like an indie-esque game. It wasn't like a triple.
It's like a indie plus.
Indie plus, yeah. Expedition 33. It's right now it's winning by a mile for game of the year. That
game, yeah. I maybe that's an indie plus game too, but like a lot of the staff and stuff on that is like kind of ragtag put together.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, the guy said he's not going to say how much it cost, But he said like 2 older games cost more than what he made it. So people did an estimate. It cost him about $2 million to make Expedition 33.
Really?
Only. He said people were like, if this costs this much, and then they looked at it, that game, like, I forgot what it was. I think it was Mirror's Edge. He compared it. He's like, it's less than Mirror's Edge. Like remember the running game?
Yeah,
Like,
I love Mirror's Edge.
He said it was less than that. That's all he said. He's like, I'm not gonna tell you the price, but it was less than that. And I'm like, less than?
Really?
Tell me.
I feel like Mirror's Edge. Yeah, like thinking back on Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which came out in 2016. I played the shit out of that game. That game's like a 20-hour experience, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I love that game, but that shit. Yeah, if you think about that, and then what? Expedition 33 is like a what? Probably at least a 40-hour, if not like a 60-hour experience, right?
I would say, like, for me, because I beat, like, for what I'm the type of guy that wants to go and I beat all the side quests, I do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I did all that. And how much it took me to beat everything, like even the side bosses, even like the big, I'm not going to spoil it, but the Melania, this optional boss of that game.
Yeah.
I beat that person too, and it took me about 50 hours. To beat basically everything in the game. So for me, it's 50 hours for what, $50, bro. I got my money's back basically. Like, and I still I put it as my top 5 greatest games of all time. That's how great it was. Like, and I like turn-based games. I love RPGs. Like RPGs, I love them, and I love turn-based games. But like, I didn't know like this. I was gonna love it this much too, because I loved Cyberpunk. And that was all open world RPG. But this is not. The thing is, Expedition 33, there's like an open worldness to it, but it's not like as you think of it when you come to like Cyberpunk. It's a semi-open world because
it's like they give you a zone that you can run around in until you get to the next area, kind of thing.
Anyway, yeah. So that's what I think about it, and it's really good. So Mirror's Edge cost between $1.5 to $1.7 million, and he said it cost less than Mirror's Edge Catalyst. So the fact that he says this game, by the way, this game is genuinely beautiful. It's not even just being, okay, yeah, it's turn-based, cool.
Yeah, like, it looks good.
The story's amazing. The art style is stunning. Like, genuinely one of the greatest art styles ever. Like, it's amazing. And the acting was amazing. The gameplay was great. It's fun because it's interactive. It's an interactive base. So you're not like, oh, you go, I go. There's a dodge system. There's a parry system, which Pokemon does not have. It's still you go, I go, you go, I go. There's no interactiveness to it.
I don't think Pokemon has evolved as a franchise. Like, by evolved as a franchise, I mean, like, of course they still make the shows and they make new Pokemon, but, like, what have they done that's original in the past decade?
I think, in my thing, I think the game Pokemon really started taking a nosedive after Black and White. Because that was my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's Black and White, and I feel like ever since then, it just took a massive nosedive. Like, they haven't done anything good, and they haven't done anything nice about it.
The last Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Diamond in, like, 2009. Like, not the remake. Not the remake. Like, when I was in the fucking 3rd grade, I played Pokemon Diamond. And that's the last experience I had.
And you had no intention of getting any new ones.
I'm like, I remember like some of my friends at the time were like really into it, and I tried playing one of theirs, and I'm like, this is the same thing. You know, maybe I was just really cynical as a 3rd grader or something, but like, I could smell bullshit back then too.
Yeah. It's my thing is like, look how they treat like the Mario game. Like, for example, some of the Mario games and the Kirby games, they actually change it up, right? It's like new. It feels like a new game each time.
It's because Mario comes out once every 5 years. Like, if you really think about it, like,
yeah,
it's like a Mario Bros game comes out, like a 2D side scroller platformer, and then a couple years go by, and then they make a 3D platformer. And then a couple years go by and they make another 2D. Except, like, there's always, like, usually a 3-year gap or something between those. So it's like they're making it, like, they're able to take input and evolve on it over the course of, like, 3 years and stuff. But Pokemon comes out, like, every year, right?
It hasn't come up for a few years now. I think
Really?
they announced this new
Or
one.
Pokemon every other year or something? It's gotta
It's
be.
it's gotta be every other year or like every. It feels like, but this new one, the gameplay looked so shit. Oh my god, I was like, it's like you can move around with the Pokemon, and I'm like, it took you guys over 20 years to finally realize you can move around and do all that shit. It makes no sense. So like it's stuff like this that just makes no sense to me, right? And the thing is, Nintendo knows they can get away with it. People are still gonna buy it. I mean, the streamers, I can't blame them because I feel like a lot of them are being paid to play or they're being sent a free console to go play the game. So I can see why they're doing it. Whatever, cool. But then the people who are willingly going out and waiting for it and then buying it, you guys are not touching the game after a month. Not even a month. I'm calling it. Like after a month, you're not even probably not touch the game as much.
Dude,
Like,
Disney adults and Nintendo adults are like the same fucking thing.
yeah,
Like the diehards.
yeah,
Like, I don't know. I feel like it's cringe to be a fucking Nintendo fan. And like, remember a couple podcast episodes ago when the FromSoft game was announced, the Dustbloods?
yeah.
And I said, you know what? Maybe I'll buy the console to play the FromSoft game. After all this shit, out of principle, I can't. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'll skip this FromSoft. Even if it's the best fucking thing to come to this earth, out of the principle, I'm not. Yeah.
There's no way in hell From Software will make a masterpiece and be like, yeah, we're only gonna put it on one platform.
Well, I mean,
that's
that's what they did with Bloodborne.
Well, yeah, but they're still getting shit for it. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but
the thing with
they made it up by making like other Dark Souls. They made it up by making Elden Ring. They made it up. Now they're just running backwards, and I'm like, all right, guys, what are we doing here?
But
so I'm hopeful that they're like, hey, maybe like for a year it'll be on Nintendo, and if you want to get it on PC or console, that'd be nice. I don't know. It's got to see because yeah, they have a bad track history. When it's on one console and that's it, they don't release it. It's like they hold it hostage.
Yeah.
Forever. And yeah, it's stuff like that now. It's now we have to see. I guess we have to see what goes on, and I don't know. But also. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I just remembered this. So there was like an interview with like one of the heads of like marketing or something at Nintendo, and they asked him about the price. They're like, so what are you gonna do if like these Nintendo like $490 or whatever it is for the Switch 2 is kind of steep? Like, what are you gonna do if people like can't afford it? And the guy literally said something like, well, if they can't afford it, they could just play this first Switch. Like, they could just play the Switch 1. And people are directly referencing now that when the Xbox One came out, the guy fucking said the same shit about, they're like, well, if they can't afford the Xbox One, they could still just play the 360. And that was the decline of the fucking Xbox. Like, that's when fucking PlayStation started going up. So at this point, all the other competitors are working with each other. Like, all the exclusives are everywhere, except Nintendo's just in their own fucking bubble. And I think people are realizing how stupid it is.
It's the thing is, the company itself won't die, but the consoles they're making will, because they'll have the IP, like the IP of Mario, the IP of Link, Legend of Zelda, Kirby, Donkey Kong, like all that IP will still, because they can make movies out of that. They can make stuff out of that. So that they can go endless with that, right? But if they don't actually expand and collab with other companies, they're going to be down that shitter, because I think right now, if you're thinking about getting a handheld console, the Steam Deck is the perfect console, handheld console. It's just because you can mod it.
You can do
and
whatever.
The thing is, Valve literally knows people are modding it, and they're like, I mean, we don't really care.
That's why it just runs Linux. It just runs Linux. You can do whatever the fuck you want on Linux.
Exactly. They're like, I mean, you can go. They literally know that people are modding the shit out of it or changing the specs of it, and they're like, I mean, cool, but just don't pirate stuff, but don't pirate our games. We don't care what you do, but just don't pirate our games.
Yeah, like,
which is like everyone's like, okay.
Our friend just got one, and the first thing he did was downloaded like every emulator for any old system, like all the PS2, PS1.
He's playing Tarkov on the Switch, bro.
Or
not on the Switch, on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
he showed us where he literally opened the Steam Deck and he's playing Tarkov on it. And I'm like, that's fucking insane. It runs like shit, but he can run it, which is funny.
You can will it to run, yeah.
You can will it to run. It runs like shit, but the fact that you can even do that is insane in itself. So like stuff like that is why like the Steam Deck is just miles ahead of the Switch, but the Switch just has the PR of it. Imagine if Valve locked in and started doing the same PR stunt that Nintendo is doing. Nintendo would be out of a business. 100, they would be out of a business. And at least in the gaming sphere, they would be out of a business. But now we'll see what they do because it's some, I don't know. We got to see what happens because people are just stupid. I think people are just fucking stupid.
The Nintendo adults are brain damaged, and that's my hot take.
They're brain damaged. Oh, I do want to update. Remember how we talked about Borderlands, the CEO? He recently came out and tweeted a very long tweet, but I'll summarize it for everyone, where he basically said, I didn't mean to say that. It was my he's like, I'm sorry for saying that. I didn't mean it that way. And I genuinely don't have a say in what the prices is going to be. He even said that. He's like, I don't have a price. So
yeah, so why the fuck did he say it? You can't just say, I didn't mean to. I don't actually know. Shut the fuck up. You shouldn't have said that in the first place, idiot.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now we'll see if because of all that public backlash, I don't know if that kind of pushed them. We're like, oh shit, now we should lower the price now and see what happens. And maybe like we'll lower it to 70 or 60. So who knows? But again, if Borderlands $80 when it comes out, I'm not buying it unless it's on sale. If it's on, I'm not buying it. It's on sale. If it's 70, I'm gonna give it like a week or so to see if it's good. 60, I'll buy it, but I can't will myself to buy it if it's $80 or maybe $70.
Speaking of Borderlands, did you see that Borderlands 2 recently went free on Steam? Right?
I know this. I heard about this, yes.
Borderlands 2 went for free on Steam, except there was a patch to the game right before it went free. And then people investigated what was in the patch. And when you download this game, it puts fucking spyware on your computer. So now, Borderlands 2 always had an overwhelmingly positive review base on Steam. Because Borderlands 2 is a great game, revolutionary game for the time. But now it's overwhelmingly negative because Gearbox is a scummy fucking company. And they they said, oh, we'll give you our best game for free if you let us fucking see all your information. I honestly, after that, I know you're a big Borderlands fan, but I wouldn't even like download a single other Gearbox game in my life. Like, I don't care how good it looks, but like if they're that scummy of a company that they'll give their best game away for free in order to install spyware on your fucking computer, like what world are we living in?
Exactly. Yeah. Again, it's just, I guess we have to see. I that's why I'm like, now at that, when I came out, now I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna just wait until someone data mines it and sees if they have the same exact spyware on it, and if they have the same exact spyware onto that shit, Gearbox is dead to me permanently, because it's like, I really do love the series, and it's just literally not even the developers, it's literally the heads that are doing all this, which is fucking sucks. And I don't know, man. Companies are getting so fucking greedy. Like, now, everyone should stop supporting AAA companies and start supporting these like indie plus companies, which is like Expedition 33, people who made Split Fiction. People should start supporting companies like that. Yeah. Like AAA games, fucking dead. Until they start listening to you and actually giving you what you want, don't buy from them. Let them suffer. Let them do all that. And people are like, oh, the developers might get laid off. I promise you, those developers will find another job.
If those developers are actually good at what they do, they'll fucking like band together and make something. Like,
yeah, look at
I know it's expensive, but like so many fucking dev studios you hear like from like good that are making good games are like, oh yeah, we're a bunch of guys that quit working at EA and we made our own studio, and then they make these fucking bangers. Or Expedition is people that left EA, right?
Yeah, they're both a bunch of EA ex, and they were like, well, the CEO and I quote, he said, "I was bored at EA." He's like, because their EA has this thing where they don't like creative freedom, and he was just bored. So he's like, I'm fucking done. So he left and made his own company, and now they sold over 4 million copies now of Expedition 33, which is amazing for starting off. Like 4 million copies sold is tremendously
That's
amazing.
like 60 times the fucking 50 times the goddamn revenue that it took to make the game. Like,
yeah. So they made yeah, and again, it's great. So again, if you think about don't support a company, I think people should stop pre-ordering, period. I think pre-ordering should be like, for the most part, unless there's a few companies like FromSoft, we can give them. They're always making bangers, so you can pre-order from them. But a lot of most companies, you should not be pre-ordering. I think you need to people need to stop doing that and give it time to sit, because that's how these companies are getting us. They're trying to get us because of pre-orders. It's like, oh, you get this.
It's the same thing. Cool like the Switch 2 pre-orders were sold out like immediately, from what I read.
Yeah, like almost within an hour. Like
brain damage.
Literal. And so people are stupid. People will finally. Hopefully, people will finally understand what goes on. But yeah, I think that's it for the news. People are stupid. AAA companies are scumfuck bastards. So we'll see what that. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for QOR for sponsoring the podcast. Check out QORgaming.com/shop for everything related over there. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.